Alright, welcome back to Chain Soldier Anime Review, episode number 9. We're here reviewing the 12th and final episode of season 1 of Chain Soldier. Yes, I do know there's a season 2 coming. Do not know when it's going to air, but I do know about it. The episode itself is called Homecoming Noon Resolve. This episode adapts chapters 41 to 45 of the manga. Oh, in case you're curious, though, by this episode, like, how many more chapters have been adapted? It's like less than 100 chapters. It's like 95 chapters have to be adapted as of right now. But yeah, they got 45 one season. Not bad. So, we pick up left off last time where Yuki in his Shuki form is taking on the one-horn Shuki. And a lot of the first episode, he's like fighting it. And of course, Kyoka, at one point, he uses his own teeth to basically bite its horn off. And eventually, of course, the thing is found destroyed by the end of the episode. Well, during this, two of the Thunder Gods, one of their gods, takes two of the human form Shuki with her to be sacrificed to this other god. They reveal this in the episode. So, and of course, the Emperor is like, I'll stay behind and watch this. And yeah, Yuki and Kyoka wins. They win this fight, and of course, the Shuki is sliced to pieces. So Kyoka has basically avenged her village, and the initial flashback, like they invite his sister to come along, and well, she'll basically stay away. But yeah, but she does trust basically Kyoka and Tuka, and then they come back, and of course they slave for him for a bit, and then of course, after a little bit, by the way, Nay is basically wondered about this, and of course, all the injuries treated back at HQ, which, of course, all bed rest. And so, Yuki, his reward is to sleep with Kyoka. Not have sex, basically share the same bed together. Though he is, before, like, he's not tired yet, so to get him to sleep, she proceeds to punish him by putting him in the walls of Jericho, put him in a sharpshooter. Yes, a sharpshooter, and finish up with a sleeper. And then eventually they go to sleep, and of course at a feast every next day to basically like as a basic like good job. And then of course he goes to sleep, and then Tanka walks in, gets on top of him, and she's like, "Ooh, I want a reward." Yeah, she has a strong desire to have sex with him. Yes, seriously. Because she finds him very handsome, and she really wants to have sex with him. And Kyoka comes in. By the way, Kyoka, when she's punishing, when she's sharing the same bed with Yuki, she takes off her headpieces, her basic little earrings that she's wearing since episode 1. Yeah, takes them off for the first time ever. She's worn those since episode 1, constantly. She's probably taken off because she finally avenged, basically. We actually can't see almost like a full extent, almost the full extent of what actually happened in the village. Like, everything is very happy, and then this Shuki appeared and just massacred our village. Why she was the one who survived is really a question mark there. Her friend got killed. And of course, Kyoka tried to save her, but the Shuki tried to kill her. And of course, basically, like, apparently, according to Yuki says they have more hidden villages. This is not the only one, but basically he does trust those two, does trust the whole Demon Corps. And it's implied that the commander of Demon Corps, the one who Kyoka basically wants her job, implies she might know about this particular organization that basically turned these three into human Shuki. And these human experiments that they probably should not be doing. That's something to explore for the next season's show. Yes, and those of you curious, like, when it comes to, and I want to be sure, basically, that, here we go. I want to be sure, basically, to give the correct description, basically, because I have on notes here that I made like a month ago. Yes, a month ago, of exactly how long each arc of the series is. Is this one of the more lengthy arcs? I would say in terms of the season, I'd say this was the longest arc of the whole season. In fact, it was 4 full episodes compared to like the first couple arcs, which took up like about 2.5 episodes. There's one episode that finished up one arc and did an entire arc in one episode because that arc was 2 chapters. Yes, seriously. So when it finally comes up here, okay, it should be, okay, here we go. Okay, so, yeah, this was only like, believe it or not, this was 28 chapters. That's the longest arc was. And I'm looking at the following arcs that come after this. None of them as long as this one. Not that I could tell anyways. Because the very next arc, which probably is where they're going to start, like basically the arc that comes right after this, which is probably going to start the next season with, which is going to be Chief Assembly, which this was the episode that did kind of start it. So, the Chief Assembly arc is 7 chapters. 5th Youth Training arc comes out, the 7th arc. That's 3 chapters. 10th Youth Training arc, that is also 3 chapters as well. The Azuma Banquet arc, this is 10 chapters. Battle in Yokohama, that is 17 chapters, making it almost the same length as the Hidden Village arc. Devotees Training, this is 18 chapters. 3rd Union Training arc, this is roughly 4 chapters. Shangri-La arc, which is 19 chapters. But is there a name of the current arc per se? Current arc starts chapter 126. Yeah, they don't really have a name for this arc. The thing hasn't updated in a while, so my guess is the arc might be still ongoing. Now, the question is in fact the very, like, is this basically part of some unnamed arc? Well, Shangri-La, basically 126 is part of that arc. Is 127. I could say yes, because that seems like it's the most recent arc of the series. I think it's still ongoing, but the page isn't updated yet. So I'd say the arc is probably still going. But I don't have any clear info about that. So if it is still going, it probably is not 18 chapters, or at least even 19 chapters. It's probably close to 40. It's probably the longest arc of the whole series right now. I haven't heard any information about what the end date of this manga is, or if it's anytime soon. So, time will tell. Yep. But in the case of this season overall, I really enjoy this season. Also, here's something kind of weird about this episode. This 12th episode is probably the only episode the entire season where there is no nudity. You're like, that's interesting. Generally put, they have nudity like every... Oh, by the way, the whole thing with Shushu, where she is basically like all about looking at the art of war when it comes to romance. And she includes herself, Hiyori, and Tenka. So basically, 4 people are basically competing for his love, which is interesting to say the least. But am I looking forward to season 2 when it comes out? Yes. But I enjoy this series. I mainly got into it mainly because, why not? It had been a bit since I actually watched an anime that's based on a manga that was already kind of already aired this year already. You were thinking, what about Tales of Rings? I actually read that manga prior to the start of the anime. So, I knew full well the anime was coming, so that's why I checked out the manga first. So, that was the reason for that one. Now, of course, this is one of the, like, and I basically have set a record this year. Like, it's not as much as, let's say, 2020's record. Oh, no. 2020 was 45 anime in 1 year. This year, I believe it's like 20. Yes, I believe it's like 20 chapters. Excuse me, like 20 anime. The most recent one I got into was the remake of Ranma Half. That was the 20th anime I've got into. There is another anime coming that I'm going to get into, but I'm going to wait until I get my anime caught up first before I start that one. Yes. Okay, here we go. So, this was actually the 19th anime I got into this year. And Ranma Half actually was the 21st. I was close enough with that. Yes. But some of the anime I got into this year, like in the case of Too Much Movie Fantasy, that one I got down this year. That one I read the manga first. But I'll talk more about that later in a couple months when it gets close to that particular point. But you think, what, 21? Yeah, 21. So next anime will actually be my 22nd. Now, one of the anime basically this year is Armored Saga Season Ready for. That's As the Reincarnated Aristocrat. I use my praise to rise in the world. Which, yes, I am on Season right now. It's airing at the moment right now. So, there's that. Failure Frame I just wrapped up. Yep. But yeah. So as of now, Monday is now reduced down to just one anime. Which is pretty simple. Now, the next anime I'm going to watch. Now, is Return Gungeon? It's going to come. But I really want to get this one on next. Because I have been waiting 2 years for a new episode. And here we go. A brand spanking new episode for this series. So, next will be Freya. Yep. And then next will be definitely Izuru Girls Dungeon. And after that, it'll be Ranma Half. Yep. But see you next video. Bye.